What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Black Minds, soon to be Amaru Khan Minds. I got Mr. Anderson with me, Jay Moore, and I'm Mr. Sparks. As always, glad to have you guys here this Saturn's Day. Jay Moore, anything you want to say to the people?
As always, path to everybody, path to everybody. I love it. Focus on yourself, focus on how to flourish for others. Focus for the course.
The dog's going crazy. Mr. Anderson, anything you want to say to the people?
Yeah, man. They always give you a new Mario game, but Mario ain't never got no new clothes, man. He ain't made no money yet.
Yeah, Mario, rich as
Money,
hell.
yeah.
Hey, man, you know them rich people, frugal.
Hey, man, you know how they do.
Yeah, man. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. Love you guys as always. Please like, comment, and subscribe. May be a trigger warning, and this show is for entertainment purposes only. But thank everybody for tuning in, man. I hope everybody's vibrating on a good frequency. Definitely hope everybody's energy is positive, and we really hope everybody is giving and receiving the love that we all deserve. From there, man, we're going to go where we go to the arrest of the week, the CTA arrest of the week, or, the CAB arrest of the week. So,
Here it comes.
who going to get us started this
I'll
week?
take this off. I'll take this off.
Okay, Jay Moore, give us some information. Where you getting this article from?
This is from the United States Attorney's Office, Southern District of Texas. Again, this is off FBI.gov.
Okay.
Southern Texan man receives over 17 years for attempting to coerce and entice international child pornography using popular apps. One more time, here we go again with the social media play. But this is, he was basically using apps to solicit. So here we go. 20-year-old Edinburgh man has been sentenced for attempting to coerce and entice the production of child sexual abuse material from a Finnish minor.
Finland.
Finnish minor.
Finland.
Uh,
Can I stop?
Yeah, go ahead.
20.
20.
20 years old. Here we go again, man.
Yeah.
I think we stated last week these guys they're getting younger,
Mm-hmm.
and it's starting around 17, and man they're talking to these 11, 12, 13 year olds.
And there's definitely big signs of what's going on prior.
Yes.
What's going on in the household to where they get to this 20 years old, not developed. 22, not developed. 25, borderline trying to figure it out. 30, you getting the
This
grip on
on
it.
the male side.
Yeah,
Okay.
35, you starting to get your footing. 20.
20. You're about to do 17, so we're looking at 37.
And then you got to minus those 17 because he's
Prison years.
Yeah, because he's still in a child mentality, which is why he's doing something to a child. So you take 17 years away from that person and put them behind bars and brick walls. When they get out, their mentality hasn't changed. Their mentality had to adapt to where they were.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's going to jail for something, or he's in prison for something that's pretty predominant, and it's going on pretty heavy right now, so ain't no telling what's going to
I
happen.
remember back in the day where, the PDFs and the dudes that did those things,
they were in trouble when they got
immediately. And
Pretty sure
now
it's still on.
Yeah.
at this high rate, just to expound and piggyback over what you were saying, I don't even know what's going on with that. Like, but just to continue on, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, Jay Moore.
No, not a problem. You brought up a good point, though.
That 20 just hit me.
Yeah, because you had mentioned it before when we spoke on it, and you caught it again because I was surprised at the age, but I know you've been really specifying, like, every time we report, they just continue to get younger.
Yeah.
Which is a sad thing. And this is Brandon Roy Alvarez.
Okay. Okay.
He pled guilty on October 9th, 2024. All right now. So, U.S. District Judge Drew Tipton has now sentenced Alvarez to 210 months in federal prison. At the hearing, the court heard additional information, including that Alvarez would collect child pornography and store it on multiple devices. He would then pose as a minor and utilize the CSAM, which of course is the child sexual abuse material, that he collected to entice his victims to produce more. Alvarez will serve 10 years on supervised release following completion of his prison term. During that time, he will have to comply with numerous requirements, etc., etc. This is a short story, doesn't give too much information. He admitted to a lot of, what his questioning was with the pictures that he was taking and things of that, and his nature of doing it. But again, I don't care how much of a broken record you sound like. Parents, mothers, fathers, older siblings, cousins, nieces, aunties, whatever. Pay attention to what the young ones is doing, especially if your head is right. And everybody, make sure we're teaching everybody how to have our head right. Again,
To the best of our ability, please teach. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm with you on that, Jay Moore. Also, I noticed you said he had 10 years of supervision
Yes.
after, the
17.
17. So, I just want to state, I'm comfortable with that. I feel that, that's a pretty stern sentence.
Pretty stern.
He was actually getting images and videos. It don't seem like he actually harassed someone. Now, was he trying to sell this material, or was it just for him?
Right.
It's not in the article.
It's not in the article, but
Tell the people again where they can find that article.
this is exactly one more time. This is from the
government.
This is the FBI.gov.
Okay.
I get my personal information when I speak on our STAs. I go to FBI.gov. They post all the time. It doesn't matter the city, the state, how small, how big. They post. And this again is out of the United States Attorney's Office, Southern District of Texas. Now, what that means is, in Texas, this is the prosecutors and the district attorney's office that has pushed this paperwork through the court system, notarized and everything. So this is how I give you all the factual information that I give you with the CTAs. This is not made up. I'm not Googling and playing around, listening to what someone says. I go to FBI.gov and I go straight to the United States Attorney's Office. And this is the Southern District of Texas.
Okay. Mr. Anderson, you want to get us started? I will. You good over there? Good. You got something now?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay. No, we goody. This article here is on MSN.com. This is out of New Jersey. You can also find it on NJ.com. Man thought he was meeting a 12-year-old girl at New Jersey motel, but cops were waiting for him. A 36-year-old New Jersey man was charged with human trafficking and other offenses after trying to arrange and sexually assault a child in a hotel in Burlington County, authorities said. Okay, the arrest took place after Robert L. Lockwood spent the month chatting and texting with the undercover detective posing as the mother of a 12-year-old girl, the state attorney general said. Lockwood contacted the law enforcement officer earlier this spring on a mobile dating app. Here we go again. Here we go again.
The consistency is insanity.
Yep. During the conversation between April 7th and May 6th, Lockwood asked about the undercover's supposed daughter, requested photos of the girl, and sent photos of himself, authorities said. So he was sending pictures to the law. and asking for pictures from the law.
Wow.
So more than likely, he sent pictures to the law, but they didn't send him no pictures. This is the law. So
Right.
he was
Mhm,
that
mhm.
thirsty, guys.
Yeah.
I can't see the law sending him pictures
No.
and then him sending pictures back. No, I think he sent the pictures first.
Right.
Just what I would think. Okay, he then set up on a May 14th meeting at a hotel in, where is that? West Hampton, where police arrested Lockwood, sorry, who lives in Browns Mills section of Pemberton Township? Pemberton Township, yep. Lockwood is charged with conspiracy to commit human trafficking of a minor, attempted aggravation assault, sexual assault, luring and attempting endangering the welfare of a child. Let me see. Oh no, what was this? It said he was released from jail on May 21st
What?
following a detention hearing and is scheduled for a pre-indictment conference on July 9th,
They released him.
Hold on, how do
according
you?
to court records.
Again,
Whoa!
again, speaking
Wow.
from my own personal experience, I've
Whoa!
never been arrested, locked up, and then released, and then now they're gonna indict me
Wow.
after release. Hey, put that in the comments, man. Maybe somebody else's situation was different, but I'm not familiar with that. Where I get arrested,
I ain't
and
hear nothing
then
about
I'm
no bail.
released, and then now they're trying to figure out how to indict me. Usually they make. I could be mis. Put it in the
Yeah,
comments. I
that
could be
blew me
mixing
back.
something up. You know.
Yeah, that blew me back because
Ooh, that's
I had to see, what type of time he got, and that's what we ran into.
okay.
But man, yeah, you can find this article. What did I say? He has a pre-indictment conference on July 9th. So that's crazy. This guy's gonna be free for a good month.
To do what?
Exactly.
Right.
My problem is always with
Wow.
a situation like this when you have
They
a
released
victim.
them.
I mean, I know when you have a victim and you know that that victim was a victim. That I don't know if it's a judicial thing where it's like they have to offer you bond in certain places because from what I know is if they don't want to give you bond, they don't have to give you bond.
Right.
Yeah, man, I don't like New Jersey.
Yeah.
This article, any of you guys want to read it, it's on MSN.com or NJ.com. And again, this guy name is Robert R. Lockwood. There are no photos of him up here. And they released this idiot.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. Mr. Anderson, you got anything over there you want to share with the people?
Yeah, just a brief thing before I get to my article. There's another article here where Interpol conducted an operation and they've arrested 20 people throughout South America in 12 different countries.
Okay.
Seems like they were sharing inappropriate images of children, and Interpol got them a task force together and got them boys out the way.
Okay.
So these were adult males.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, yeah, international police is on it too, so no matter
Interpol.
where you at.
That's what international police is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, Interpol.
That's what Interpol is.
Yeah.
International.
Well, I got this article here I wanted to go over from KTXL. I think it's Sacramento, California.
Okay.
This man was arrested for abusing a child in Oroville, and he was endangering a toddler in the roadway.
Huh?
Yeah, I had to read this one because he's ridiculous. A 31-year-old man was arrested on Wednesday for child abuse after he was witnessed endangering his child in the roadway, and he admitted to being under the influence of cocaine,
Oh shit.
according to the police department. The police said officers responded to reports of a man creating a traffic hazard around 1:30 p.m. Around Greenville Street. Callers said the man, who was later identified as Oscar Bonilla, was playing with an infant in the roadway, refusing to move for cars, walking in traffic while carrying the child, and even dropping the toddler on the pavement. More witnesses said that Bonilla put the child on the street, walked in and out of traffic, and described him to be flinging the child around like a rag doll.
Mm.
It was also reported that the suspect was armed with a knife and made motions as if he was trying to hurt the baby, the police said. A witness was eventually able to take the toddler away when Vanilla dropped him in the street. The police department said Vanilla was exhibiting erratic behavior when they made contact with him, and he also admitted to being under the influence of a large quantity of cocaine.
Oh, God. Why you got a baby?
Yeah,
Where is
police,
anybody else at?
let's see, police discovered that the suspect had removed the toddler from their home. The baby was taken to the hospital and had minor scrapes and bruises. The suspect was taken into custody after being treated for his injuries at the hospital. So they probably beat him down when they contacted him.
As good as should be.
Of course.
Yeah.
I agree.
He was arrested on felony child abuse and felony assault with a deadly weapon. This is under Yahoo News, again from Fox 40 KTXL. Again, I believe that's near Sacramento,
California. Yep.
So that's why I had to read that one. That's an idiot.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, now let's get into some news. Jamar wanted to talk about the head of FEMA.
Yeah, man. So, all right. Just in case nobody knows, the head of FEMA. This should be the person that would conduct figuring out and managing funds and money and relief efforts, whether clothing, fooding, placement, things,
Disaster relief.
Yeah.
disaster relief, things of that nature, bro. And it was a situation where they were at one of their, open court conference board hearing, conferences where they're going over policies, and really they're pretty much like G-checking the people that are put in office to see what they know. So this joker, hold on, I don't even want to mess his name up. What's his name? David Richardson. Yes, don't let me mess that up. David Richardson, that guy.
Yep.
He was being questioned and asked about the up and coming hurricane season. We all know that, the Mississippi, Texas, Florida, the Carolinas, the Caribbean, they get smacked up with hurricanes. And this fool that's the head of FEMA, which is disaster relief, which he
Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Agency is the breakdown.
Yeah.
So that's who this. I don't want to mess up his first name. David Richardson. Being asked, in specification, on what's his plan and what he's trying to do in ordinance of how to deal with FEMA, which is what exactly Mr. Sparks just said, and we all know FEMA, Hurricane Katrina, just for the people that don't know too much, any major storm, even the wildfires that's come up, FEMA plays a heavy part, etc., like I said. So this fool was asked a question about his plans for the hurricane season, and his response was he didn't know that United States or pretty much anyone had a hurricane season, but he was hired to be the head of a founded company to assist with the natural disasters, including fucking hurricanes. And for him not to know that it was actually a season into which his ass needed to be figuring out fundages for those target areas, this fool didn't even know that it was a season to where they need to be putting. So that kind of pissed me off. So I figured I'd bring that up, and I definitely want to see if my brothers maybe have some extra information on that as well, because I don't want to take up all of the time with it.
What's Anderson?
I don't know how stupid he is. I'm trying to figure it out. They gonna do damage control, and his people said that he was kidding and joking, but You're not supposed to joke about stuff like that. People get injured and all that kind of stuff during hurricanes. And then
It's not.
number two, he ain't never worked with emergency management facilities. He worked with weapons and the Marines and stuff like that. So that's why I said I don't know how stupid he is. You're not experienced, and then you make a joke, and you sound like you're an idiot, and you're not experienced.
My problem with bringing it up, Mr. Sparks, I seen you had something to say was
He said what I was about to say.
who the hell elected this man from the military that don't know shit about this, excuse my French, to put him in charge of something that he's not even debriefed on?
The issue is, FEMA ain't never been shit.
Of course, we know that.
Yeah, you're right.
We know that.
They never managed any disasters properly, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I've been here for 40-some years. I can recollect a good, since I'll just go from 10. So I can recollect a good 32 years. Being 10 years old, you kind of know somewhat of what's going on. Just around you, like when you turn on the TV, you're like, why people going crazy? When you see Rodney King get beat up, you can see stuff and recognize stuff like this. So, FEMA never been crap. From me being a baby seeing disasters to me being a grown man seeing disasters, they're late on everything. They're always late. We lose a lot of lives, supplies from the last, I think the wildfires it may have been. Maybe it may have been the hurricane. I heard that FEMA wasn't even letting average people come help people, and the excuse was they didn't want them being hurt or being put in any predicament.
The wildfires, I remember that too.
You know what I'm saying? That where they would get hurt. Or, it's just it's BS. When you got average Americans and average Joes with great hearts who travel from out of their state to help other people. Then I heard they were destroying products. They were
Sam, where's they destroyed the home? Oh, sorry.
What's the name of it? Ah, God, I can't remember exactly. But they were flying helicopters over supplies and destroying it.
Oh,
there's
so
a term for it. It's
like they burnt up stuff like that.
just and also that.
I didn't,
So
that's it.
Also, the president got a lot of people in the cabinet who's never done jobs that they're in the cabinet and in the office doing. So everything is kind of.
I understand having transferable skills. I understand having capabilities and will to do something. When it ain't for you, it ain't for you.
Sir.
I'm going to refer that to me, coaching, because it's my experience, so I can give better metaphors off of my life experience. I don't want to make up nothing for somebody to understand my truth. If I got a boy that last year he played the line, and this is football, everybody. If he played the line and then the next year he gets a little taller and he still got some size, and I'm thinking we might be able to make him a tight end, maybe a fullback, or maybe just a big halfback, or something. That's me looking at his size. That ain't got nothing to do with his real capabilities and abilities.
Yes, sir. Also, that's a great point. Just a great point.
You can't joke about shit like
That's sort of with the DEI thing.
Flat out.
Sort of with the DEI thing. It's sort of like with the helicopter crashing into the plane.
Oh, God.
When you had actual people on the helicopter who had multiple years and 20 plus years experience of flying helicopter, and they had someone else flying who didn't have this experience. So just things like that, bro. Things like that can mess up the country, or sometimes make it better, bro. Sometimes it can. Sometimes you need something fresh to make things, have a change and make things anew and a difference.
Quick double down on the DEI, like Mr. Sparks just mentioned. That was why it was such an attack on DEI. Y'all see my color. I ain't kissing nobody's ass. But I know what the real reason behind getting rid of DEI, because it was more just giving people opportune chances. Yeah, maybe some of them was of color or whatever, like you said, dwarfism and paralyzed and all that crazy, whatever the hell. But it was just, they were giving people opportunity because of. Now we need to get back to the form of making sure people are screened to be right for the job, not just giving people the opportunity. And
Make
yes,
sure
it does affect black as well. But
Yeah, make sure they have the ability to do the job, guys.
So
And
that was the height of the DEI.
that's all we want. You
Yes.
know, out of anything. That's Jay Moore and I could together. I know we can build a house from the ground up.
Yeah.
But
Sure,
I can't. I'm not about. I can't build a car from the ground up.
Right.
I'm just gonna be 100. It's a totally different aspect, and it's just something totally different from what I'm used to doing.
I mean, you can do it just because you can did something in a different field. Something. That's just how it is.
But great point, Jay Moore, with the people not knowing stuff, bro. It's with a lot of people. You got a lot of policemen who don't know the law.
And that bothers me because in the field that I work in, and I'm sure you are the same. You know, in the field that you work in, how I was raised and the way that you learn and the way that you're taught is you're supposed to try to know everything in that field to cover you knowing the field. You can't say you know the field and you say, well, I don't know that sector or I don't know that specific part of the law. Well, how are you an expert in your field if you don't even know all angles? And I feel that is unfair because
Yeah, when you're dealing with other people's lives
you
and
see what
stuff
I'm
like
saying,
that,
bro. You
definitely unfair.
can't be half-assed.
You can't have government officials who don't know what the hell they're doing when shit the country is on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just exactly. Let's move on to something else Jay Moore wanted to talk about.
No, well, hell, tag team off the road. I'm gonna
Well,
jump
man,
on.
let's just talk about how Trump saying Putin changed.
Oh yeah. We could definitely do that.
We'll start with that and move on to the it's nastiness.
Mhm.
We'll move on to that attempt that it's nastiness.
So we all are familiar with Trump's casualness with him saying his relationship with Putin and his verbal respects that he shouts out to him. And when he came out in the news, of course, this was after that crazy raid with Ukraine and Russia. We definitely reported to you guys. It was Ukraine that started the big push again. They stumped on the gas and Russia hit back, and it was the largest aerial assault of the whole 3+ year war because of the retaliation. And then again, Putin did, a couple other responses with bombing here and there. Trump came out and said, Putin tripping. I don't know what's wrong with him. Like, he killing people for no reason.
Yeah, and then we found out that they dropped some bombs right next to him and tried to knock him down.
You know
with
what?
One of them attempts.
I'm going to tell y'all this. You attack me, I'm up, bro. It's over. If you ain't killing me, and I know you tried to attack me, I ain't saying nobody right or wrong in this situation. I'm just explaining. If you attack me, try to bomb me, oh, it's up.
Yeah.
That's why I seem like they're going a little extra hard after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to bring it up because I'm not sure, because the last leader that was assassinated was it earlier this year or was it toward the end of last year with the other war, with the damn Hamas and all of them war? It was a leader that got killed. So of course Putin is, no disrespect to nobody, a life is a life, but he's more of a higher ranking official, more worldly known. If he was to get bumped off, it would be a big issue. And I need people to understand that. Whoever thought it was smart to miss him,
He runs the country, Jay Moore.
whoever thought it was smart to miss him, you wasted your time with what you did. Because I'm not saying kill the man. I'm not saying kill nobody. But I'm just saying if you're going to kill somebody, you got to do the job. Or don't do it at all.
Yeah.
Because you're going to cause so much backlash. How you think that man felt? What you think his plans is going to be? We all know Putin is cutthroat. When he first got into office, make sure you do your research on what he was doing before he got into office. When he first got into office, he bombed his own country, blew up buildings and killed thousands of people to let them know, I'm here now. That's not a person that you aim to shoot and miss, is my point.
So they was trying to get him the drones and stuff, was trying to get the helicopters. So, that's a moving target, so that's a little tough.
It was the Ukrainian drones, of course, because if nobody has paid any close attention, our wars now are drone. You know, you got men on the ground, but they're manning machines and using them and managing them and punching in CNC work type stuff now. But they're sending drones, so it was a drone.
Well, they got the PlayStation controller.
Yeah, type. You know, with them dudes end up drowning in the ocean.
It's Xbox. It got to be some American.
It ain't gonna be no Nintendo 64 stage.
Nah, you know, it got to be Xbox or something. You know, it ain't gonna be no PlayStation.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting how everything played out.
That's something you want to add to that, Mr. Anderson? I'll see you over there looking.
I was just reading the details. Like I said, they tried to get the helicopter. That's gonna be a tough one because it's a moving target. If you're trying to get him, you need to get him in a building or something.
Yeah, it was mid-flight.
He know what he's doing. He's trying to stay away from that stuff.
It was mid-flight. I'm sorry if we missed it to put that point out there. He was in mid-flight in the aerial craft when they tried to smoke him. So that's, you know, it was planned.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some repercussions to somebody about that. You gonna try to kill me in the air? All right, I got something for you.
Oh, yeah.
After the largest aerial assault has just happened in the 3-year war, didn't that happen? Yeah. So just want to bring that up. Make sure everybody recognizes that part.
Just a little bit on the world news side.
Just a little bit.
They tried to get Putin.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to get Vladimir. Don't fuck with Vladimir. I'll fuck you up.
He's going to.
I'll break you.
I am going to.
He's about to turn into Drago on y'all.
Do something
Fuck
different.
America. I break everyone now.
If
NATO
he dies,
everyone.
He dies.
NATO everyone.
He dies.
Oh yeah, with Carl Weathers.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Apollo Action Jackson.
Action.
Action. We're gonna stay on some government news, world news type things, guys.
All right. Where we want to go next?
I guess we gonna go to what's big and prominent right now, man. Let's talk about Elon and the Trumpster beefing. They got that cow going on right now, boy. They got that mad cow. They beefing.
What you got on that subject over there, Mr. Anderson? Man,
Hear anything about it, Mr. Anderson?
It's all in the news, bro. It's the
Yeah.
newest distraction of the week. Come on, man.
Let us know something. Then.
From what I hear. Anything else you wanted to say before I start?
That's the newest distraction of the week.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing.
Soap opera shit.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, bro.
Message is the news.
Elon called him like the next day or 2 days later, like, man, my fault, bro. And Trump was like, man, who is this? I really ain't got too much to say to you.
Hit him with the, I don't even remember giving your number.
Like, so then I think he do a little conference, bro. And he like, man, he like losing his mind. I think possibly Elon wanted to stay in the government, but didn't want to lose his business.
Yeah.
But also, man, the Teslas didn't drop.
I was just going to ask you, Sparks, is it true?
Tesla didn't drop.
Anderson, y'all can both answer this for me, because I ain't been following the money.
That's why you talking shit.
But they say
trying to get that price.
he done lost a couple hundred.
Not the money that he spent on the election. Not that money.
I'm talking about everything else that he's been losing. They said this man been coming out of hundreds of millions.
That's why he's doing that.
Dollars is.
I was wondering if that really would have made him say, "Look, let me check the hell out, man, before I go broke sitting around this joint."
That's
Yeah.
impossible. His net worth is 400.
50 at first before he was elected in with those 450 billion.
I
ladies
think
and
it's
gentlemen.
427.
No,
He ain't gonna go broke. It's impossible.
I mean
All he
doesn't
need to
have
do
that.
is just go buy
But
a
he'd sell more cars talking shit than he would being in there. That's all I'm
He
saying.
Yeah.
can't sell me no car.
People,
All that
people
stuttering.
vandalizing
What?
shit. Now if he go up,
What?
he got to worry about himself.
This car,
That's what
this
it's
car,
about.
this car has cruise control and has sunroof. So once you put it in cruise control, you let
Bro,
the sunroof up. He
I
can't sell me shit.
live in the OH10, which is Ohio.
Yes, sir.
Man, them Cybertrucks couldn't get up snowy driveway.
I feel sorry for the
Like
people
I was seeing
that got them.
multiple videos, and
Mhm.
I saw like 3 in Ohio. Couldn't get up their driveway. These guys got to park on the street and walk up there. He better get some Mickey Thompson something on him.
That's what he need. He needs some Mickeys on that joint.
He better put some Mickey
And put
Thompson
some real
on there.
horsepower, man. Can't no damn electric battery be strong as no damn crazy ass thing. Figure out how to
Ooh, wait.
check, you know it.
But while we at it,
Well, that's another distraction. Just news to get you
I
looking
mean,
at something that's
Massive
not going to affect you.
distraction.
while we at it though, man, he did bring up something that
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
knew.
Yeah.
That Trump, he said Trump was in the Epstein file.
Yeah. He on
Which,
the list.
yeah, it doesn't.
They
I
got
don't-
pictures
I mean,
with him.
as rich as Trump was,
He got pictures with him. He was kicking it with
But
him.
I'll never forget, supposedly a cellmate said Trump didn't fuck with him.
No.
You know, Epstein
We saw him in
cellmate.
public pictures, but we don't know what, we don't know if
And
Trump
then-
I mean,
went
he could
over
have
or
fucked
not.
with him, went over there, had some
He
drinks,
tried
got
to
a grown
either
woman.
way.
They were
beside him.
money men.
Yeah,
Okay?
so you know
So they bumped heads
Yeah.
before, or rubbed shoulders, I
Yeah.
should say.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm gonna just say this. Us, right here, okay?
Mhm.
Let's just say, like, we do podcasts.
Okay.
We don't really know each other, but we know each other because we all do our own type of podcast thing, right?
Okay.
You got your own separate podcast. Maybe you
Okay.
got your crew. I got mine.
Mhm.
You got your own
Yes.
crew.
Mhm.
Okay, so we like, man, we gonna do a show together pretty much. The host of these podcasts. So you the host of yours, I'm the host of mine. You the host of yours.
Yeah,
So we finally get together, like the host of these nice big podcasts finally decided to get together and bring something to the people new. Let's see if they like it.
Mhm.
Okay? Now let's say all I wanna do is pop some pills while we doing the show.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'm just like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, and y'all see me slowly fade. Like, this dude getting high in front of me, right? So it's like, would y'all ever wanna do the podcast again with me? So
Not
it's
if
like,
that wasn't my thing.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So if the president now met this guy before, and they money man. That's how they got a connection. They money man. He like, I want to see what this dude about. And they meet, and you know they kicking it and stuff. And he observing and like, oh man, this dude's staring at all the babies, and you know he a money man, but his attention ain't on business.
Yeah.
It's on partying. Like we were supposed to meet to talk business, but he's staring at everything, walking past. He want to party. I'm probably not gonna want to try to kick it with him no more.
Yeah.
But also, it may be a chance that he did do something.
Right. We don't know.
We have no clue.
We just have pictures of them in public.
Yeah.
Give me a picture of him on the boat like Obama was.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'll be more inclined to believe that he was doing something nefarious. But right now, I'm like, I don't know either way. Because I wasn't there. I'm not privy to information to make a informed decision.
And let us know why he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago.
Right.
And pretty much banned him.
Right.
We want to know that too.
You see that one set of pictures, you don't see no more after that, do you?
No.
You don't see no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
As they get older.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're older and yeah, they're not. Yeah. 'cause
I can only follow the evidence that I've got.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with you on
You see
that.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
Also, I just think, like you said, it's the world stage thing going on. Why would Elon call him a couple of days later? Like, my fault, man. I'm talking trash. You know, man, my fault, bro.
Well, you know what that means. It's something under the table in the folder.
Well, Elon, the richest man in the world,
Yeah.
so he can get any information he wants.
Right.
He can stop any war he want, and he can start any war he want.
Yeah.
You the richest man in the world.
That
Yeah.
definitely means you got a lot of dirt on you.
Elon is Tony Stark
Good patient.
without
But
the
that
without the
definitely- but that's
without the
still means
machine,
you got a lot of dirt on
without the
you.
robot, without being in the
When you
robot.
got that much power, that much money, that control, where's your dirt?
Yeah, man, you can get it.
So, you know, I mean, just because you got all of that don't mean can't nobody get you by the, you know, the manhood.
He got dirt on him too.
Yeah, well,
From
you
what his
know,
baby's
it's-
mama saying.
You know,
Right.
it's definitely a back and forth, but somebody may know something different about the other one.
But yeah, that's very prominent in the news right now. A lot of the demon cracks is going
Yes.
crazy,
And they still ain't doing nothing though.
but they drive me crazy, man.
But they still ain't doing nothing though.
I will never be a demon crack
They still
because
ain't
man,
doing
they
nothing.
are too feminine. The men feminine is just about the feminine movement.
Listen,
And when I say feminine movement, it's nothing to do with the women.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
these guys who want to be women.
Everybody
Y'all
else.
just too
what's it
heavy
called?
on promoting it and being with it.
Gentrification. Is
I'm
that the
good.
word? Is it degentrification?
Nah, it's called Optimus Prime.
That's
What do you
There we
call
go.
them? The trans.
It ain't the motor, it's the transmission.
Oh, the transmission. That's what you
Transmission.
call
It
it.
ain't the motor, it's the transmission.
That's what you call them.
Mhm.
Why we talking about these goofy ass guys, man? I think I brought it up last week, man. It seems like Trump done with Netanyahu, man.
I just want to throw one in.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Because everybody eat food, and I'm not sure who all pays this attention, but it was 1.7 million eggs recalled.
Why this nigga going to a totally different topic? We got stuff on recalls, nigga. All right, we'll come back to that.
No, we go back.
All
I
right,
just wanted to
my
say
nigga got
that's a
something
hell
about
of a
recalls, don't you? I
number. No,
know.
it's just a hell of a number.
All right.
There's always recalls.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a hell of a
about
number.
looking into them. And I remember when we used to do the show, your ass used to have the recalls every week. You had some type of recall, bro.
But go ahead. I ain't mean to say it's just 1.7 million. Messed me up. I say.
Yeah,
At least the
you know.
prices though, they decent. I was up at the store. They had a 12-pack of eggs. For
All right, we
$5.
going to the. All right, we going to the recall. Screw that.
But yeah,
All right.
they done recalled tomatoes here on my list.
Yeah, you want to talk about that, Mr. Anderson? You got a number, the brand. They always call it recall stuff, man. From yogurt, they recall that crap a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of dairy.
Let's see. Tomato recall due to salmonella risk.
Salmon.
Williams Farms repacked tomatoes.
Mm.
Recalled mostly in Georgia and Carolinas.
And it's a high level risk on those fucking tomatoes.
Yeah. Class 1, the highest one they got.
Yeah.
Could cause adverse health consequences or death.
Yes, sir.
Tomatoes were sent out between April the 23rd and the 28th. No illnesses have been reported to the FDA. But
Sorry.
they've urged the consumers to either return the tomatoes for a full refund or discard them.
Yeah.
Then they list the symptoms of salmonella if you catch it, diarrhea, fever, abdominal cramps. What's going on here? 450 salmonella related deaths per year, they're saying. So I'm not sure how did they get contaminated though?
I'm still tripping. 1.7 million eggs. I'm really just trying to figure
What
out.
happened with the eggs, bro?
I'm trying to
Did
figure out
somebody
the
poke something
disbursement.
through the shells? Like, how did they get recalled?
How? 1.7 million.
I'm
And it's
not
multiple
understand-
brands.
We need to put
brands.
the FDA out of business.
Yeah.
They trying to get rid of the Department of Education. These fools put stuff on the market that they know is bad. Then they come back a month later and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we was wrong. You shouldn't be eating this."
It's
So why the fuck would we ever
multiple
listen to you?
brands. They ain't even put the list
I don't
exactly out.
understand it. I
It's
don't
multiple
get it.
brands in all the stores.
There's
Hold
people
on.
climbing over the wall to get here to get the rotten food, bro.
Man, hold on. See.
Y'all killing me, bro.
Also, it was something else. Hold on. Cause
Oh,
me
God.
and Mr. Anderson was on this shit with the titanium dioxide.
Bro, how did they not know that wasn't good for you?
It's
Man,
been in
listen.
candy and stuff forever, bro. Like, come
How
on.
they let it get? That's what I'm saying. The FDA ain't worth nothing, bro.
The countries have been banning this fucking shit. And the FDA over here in the United States keeps saying it's safe.
It's titanium.
Eat dioxide. Look at dioxide.
We know what dioxide. It's
Oh,
carbon
Lord.
dioxide. It's what you expel. You don't take in dioxide.
Dioxide is the main root in this shit. Titanium is fucking metal.
Oh,
Right.
God, y'all killing me. Bro, why
I don't
is this
understand
shit,
it.
why is
I don't
it
get it.
mostly in candy? That's what I don't get.
To make it
Because
look
you gotta
pretty.
kill
They're
the
shining it up.
youth.
They like putting it on the shells
is
and
this
on the
shit-
Skittles.
Now, is it like
That shit's so
fluoride?
upsetting.
Is it something that causes autism? Is it something that
It's
makes
titanium. It's metal.
No,
You're not
but what
gonna
is
be
the
eating
side?
metal.
Of course, but what is
Hold
the
on.
side effects?
No.
Because we
I
know that,
Let
but
me
they
see
putting
if
it
they got
in
it
there
on
for
there.
a
I
reason.
know, I got it. Hold on.
Let's
Because you know the fluoride supposed to mellow you out.
Okay, in nanoparticle form, titanium dioxide might throw off the body's endocrine system.
Yep.
It
Messes
messes up your
DNA.
hormones. Yeah.
It messes
Yeah.
up your hormones.
That's why
and
you got the
DNA.
12-year-olds with size G bras on.
And that might
You
be
got-
why a lot of Fruit Loops running
You
around.
got the Fruit Loops. You got periods at 7.5 years old.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Creates diabetes, obesity.
Yeah, we're fattest country. Yep.
Many other problems.
Yep. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So there we go, guys.
And one of the
Nobody
craziest
they're
parts
doing
about
it.
That's why.
It's something on titanium dioxide that has something broke down as a pigment grade.
I wonder, do it harm melanin?
That's endocrine, I would
It
assume.
has something to
Yeah.
do with the pigment
Does it
grade.
mess with
I
your
would
visual
And also
system?
titanium dioxide, if I'm not mistaken, because I read this earlier this week, it has something to do with whiting things
Yeah.
as well.
Writing stuff. Make, like I said, make that candy shiny. They're talking about M&M's, Chips Ahoy, cookies. At least 11,000 products.
And it's all this sweet crap that the babies love.
Bro, it was in I used to love them the Sour Patch Kids, the watermelons.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
in
yeah.
there. I read it.
It's in there.
I read this shit 5 years ago on the back of that shit. I didn't have to conduct no
Wow.
studies. I said, this shit got titanium in it? I'm not eating
This
this.
nigga
I
about to
seen
turn
that.
into
I'm not eating it no
If
more.
I see dioxide and metal,
that nigga about to turn into Wolverine. We about to
Bro, they gonna rust the metal with the dioxide.
his dreads.
Oh
gonna
my
turn into-
God.
His dreads gonna turn into knives.
You about to turn into Logan.
And he gonna be doing spin moves
Like,
like a
oh
ball.
that's
my
crazy.
I had to stop
But-
eating them bitches. I loved them.
We know what we know what it's
Bro.
doing, man. It's messing with their DNA, their endocrine system,
Mm-hmm. Like you said, yes.
obesity, their weight.
Uh-huh.
They
I
had to file a
believe-
lawsuit in 2022 saying that this stuff was unfit for human consumption.
And
Yeah.
pay attention. It's still another form of putting metals in your body.
Yep.
And guess
Yep.
what? They wasn't recalled.
More stuff that breaks down into nanoparticles.
Why you
too.
think me and Mr. Anderson put that damn shit in the midst of the recall? 'Cause
Ah,
that shit
yo,
need to be fucking
right.
recalled.
We
That's
went
why I started
past-
reading ingredients.
I
man.
don't even care about this subject, but we went past what the scientists saying about Planet X.
Yeah,
What's it
it's
talking
I
behind.
about?
did want to talk about the travel ban in Planet X.
Well, let's get
It's
to
we-
it.
behind Pluto. They talking about it. They see something behind Pluto, and them thinking that's what it is.
Now the craziest part is if you do your history.
All right, so that's what we on now.
yeah on the
They
last
denied
time.
that shit for
On the
years.
last time that Nibiru, Planet X, whatever the hell you want to call it, whatever name, when it was observed, what was the time frame? The last time it was close enough to be observed, if I'm not mistaken, it was about 3,000 some years ago.
I don't know. They
Ooh.
say it come around like every 30,000 or 27,000 years.
But you see what I'm saying? If you
And they
look
said
at,
we in that time.
if
Yeah.
you look at the time frame of
Well,
the time to be seen.
here we go. From a little bit excerpt from an article I took out.
All
It
right.
say scientists say Planet X does exist.
Right.
Okay.
They say it's a 40% chance that a planet-like object is hiding in our solar system. Using the Vera C. Rubin Observatory, which is located in Chile, on a Chile mountaintop, has the largest cameras
Yeah.
ever built.
This the
It's
biggest
supposed to
observatory.
send back like the first images in a few weeks of what's going on out there.
Yeah.
So we will have an actual answer in the next few weeks
Okay.
about Planet X, Nibiru.
Gotta
I
get
just wanted,
scientists
can
from
I add
another
something
country.
in? Can I add something in?
Uh-huh.
The Anunnakis spoke on the hammered bracelet that they had to pass through, which is basically the asteroid belt.
Hmm.
They also spoke on Earth being the end result of a destroyed planet, which is where the asteroid belt comes from.
Yeah, they talk about, what is that, Tiamat and all that.
Tiamat, that was the name of it.
And they
Tiamat.
say that, I guess Nibiru didn't run into us.
No. It
They
was
say
not
it was like a satellite or a moon,
Mhm.
one of Nibiru's satellites or moons
that ran
ran into the Earth.
And
So
the Earth was down for a couple million and billions of years until everything came back together and created as it did again. And that's where the hell all of us come from. But that still was so long ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago. So if you, again, if you pay attention to time spanning and what's going on, if you look at the Sumerian, Mesopotamian, if you pay attention to the hieroglyphics on the walls in Egypt, if you look at all of the major sites, even go to, what's the oldest one that they said they found? The Gobekli Tepe and the other tepes that they had found. It said.
well, man, we shall see, man. There's a lot of planets in the solar system.
I mean,
We ain't seen nobody jump off of them. And
they say
supposedly-
stars. they say
And
stars produce planets.
And when it comes to that, if the Anunnaki or Nibirians, whoever coming, man, they're coming from outer space. I don't think they coming from us here. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, bro. You know, they flying in,
Yeah.
and it may, disturb our vision of the sun, and stuff may look differently to us. So, that's just where I'm at with it.
Yep.
I believe the planets are reflections off the firmament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we all on the same joint. Yeah, I said the same shit.
All right, I guess we'll move on to the travel ban. Go ahead, Mr.
Man, we sick of the
Curtis.
FDA, bro.
Well, I already told you,
They
man.
ain't worth nothing.
I already told you, man. We can talk about this travel ban. This travel biz, man. What you got on that, Mr. Anderson?
Oh yeah, Trump signed an executive order banning entry here from 12 countries.
Yeah.
Some of them is partial restrictions. A lot of them is full restrictions. Let's see, full entry ban from Afghanistan, Myanmar, Congo, Haiti, Chad, Guinea, Iran, Libya, Sudan, Yemen, Somalia, and Eritrea. Never heard of that before.
Oh, Eritrea.
Eritrea?
That's that's what Nipsey was. He was Eritrean.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Nipsey Hussle was Eritrean.
Okay, I didn't know about
You
that.
taught me something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got partial restrictions from Burundi, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, Cuba, and Venezuela. So we keeping them people out. Although of course, there's always exemptions. Some people got green cards or whoever was here before the ban and stuff like that. But there's I don't know more. I guess trying to keep dangerous people out from Trump's point of view.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what
We
he
got to
does.
see, what the results are.
Yeah.
I ain't do cap for no cap this week, dude. It's just a whole bunch of no cap.
Yes, a whole bunch of no
whole
cap,
bunch
man.
of no cap. We not
Was people mad about that stuff or what?
we ain't feeling Trump.
The ban.
Yeah, it's an uproar. From
Yeah,
certain,
if like your certain family members or something can't get here, like
I mean,
I could
yeah,
definitely understand being upset.
yeah, from the other side too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of talk, a lot of just hate talk. Just people calling them anti, whatever.
Yeah.
From there, I guess we'll just get on to the good stuff, guys. The Ninja News.
Colored news.
The Ninja News. The colored news. Like Mr. Anderson said,
Oh
the Negus news.
man.
The Negus. Let's get it started then. Jay Moore.
I mean, well,
I get it started. Because it's the same stuff, bro.
I want you to get started, bro.
Ninja
you
News.
gotta get it started. Don't be putting this on me, bro.
The Ninja News is just
You gotta bring
terrible, bro.
You got to.
I want to give a shout out to Ticket,
Mm.
TV,
TV.
Kadesha Lair, Tisa Tales. They got a lot of good information on what's going on. Oh, and Inner City Press, of course. But bro, this dude is terrible. This is victim number 2. We're on now, and she's gonna be on the stand a lot longer than Cassie.
For the diddler.
Yes, sir. This was one of Diddy's girlfriends. Man, Diddy did not love these girls at all.
No.
And I mean, he may have loved Kim.
She ended up dead.
Some,
She had
and that's
she had
why
the kids.
I said,
And she
man,
ended up dead.
That's why I said, man, yeah. But bro, Cassie was with this guy for 10 years. Okay, the stuff he did to her, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, now groomed her. She was 19. Groomed her up, so he was grooming her into this stuff. But the new victim, which I want to put something out there, anybody stating her name is in super trouble.
Yeah.
And they in federal trouble.
You better not be saying her name if it's recorded or somebody was in the room and next to you and said it and it's on your situation. You're going to be receiving the phone.
A lot of podcasts getting in trouble.
Really?
Anybody putting her name in the comments getting in trouble, you are recorded.
Really?
And yeah, man, it's any audio podcasts, they got you recorded, man. The feds ain't playing about this anonymous victim because they wanted her anonymous. And somebody, few people gave her name away. But
I didn't hear about that.
man, she stated something that Cassie stated, and it just blew me back. Diddy like that man milk rubbed on him, man. Other guys, though. It ain't his.
That's what he did. But
Motherfucker
everything he
want
does is
toaster strudels,
Oh, my
icing.
God, yeah,
He
man.
want toaster strudels, icing. What's going
This
on?
dude,
What you trying to
she stated that as well, man. Like, they would save it, all type of stuff to rub it on him, bro.
That's some ass.
Beat her up, of
Mm.
course.
Bro, is that why? Remember Dave Chappelle did that skit? He had the Cambodian breast milk all on his mouth. Remember that? Is that why he did that skit?
Now, did Dave Chappelle know? Did he go to a party? He might have asked Dave Chappelle for some of his. Because this dude, man, this
No, I'm
guy-
just saying, like, it seemed like he knew something making them type of skits.
he definitely knew something.
Wow.
Also, man, She said, you know, they were enjoying themselves watching some adult films, and then he lost interest in her and was just infatuated with the guy on the film. You know, how he was, you know, and she ended up having to contact them. Well, contact the guy. She contacted him on Instagram, and he ended up being one of the guys that they saw pretty regularly.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Yeah, did he, man? It's just a lot of stuff
He
I'm
out
hearing.
here cock watching like that, bro. He
Yeah.
knocking people off watching the porn and find them on the IG and bring
The
them
corn, guys, the corn.
Seriously. I like corn. They gotta figure out something else to call it. Look, I
Corn.
like corn.
He watching the storm or something.
Yeah, Jesus.
It took me, hey man, I tried to post a video from last week. Guys, I posted it at like 7:30 and it didn't go up until like 3 something in the morning. So man, we gotta watch what we saying and doing. I don't know what's going on, bro.
Something.
That's a shame.
The corn, man, he was
They
infatuated with a male corn star.
Corny.
He had to meet him, and they met him multiple times.
Being corny.
Yeah, bro, and she stated that she got tired of the situation.
Being corny.
I don't know what they're trying to do with these stories. I'm tired of it. Are they trying to desensitize people to more Satanism? What's the end goal?
I thought about that too.
You
like,
feel me?
Because this is a lot. Like, and it's just so repetitive. Like, usually such a repetitive thing does desensitize.
Well, I mean, it's not broadcasted unless you can get somebody reading the docket and stuff. But it's not broadcasted.
Yeah.
You know, really. It's not on the news. You can't turn on court TV and watch it.
They're not allowed to do that in federal court. Only in state court.
Mm-hmm. So, just the information people are getting. And just the people involved. It's not a good look. Not a good look at all. A lot going on. They're talking about a lot more prominent people maybe being brought up here soon. But we got a 2.5 month
ratings
trial ahead of us, so it'll be a lot going on. I don't know who getting the ratings because it ain't on nothing.
The news. What you mean? They report on that stuff on CBS and all that stuff.
I ain't seen Diddy on there. I ain't watched it though. I don't really.
They're reporting on it. That's what I'm saying. Just like the people standing out there reporting on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I see.
They getting views.
Yeah, I see that.
It's all about ratings.
Yeah, I
everywhere.
See that. But just a sick individual, bro. On a lot of drugs, forcing people to do drugs, forcing people to do, you know, sexual acts, essays.
Inappropriate acts.
Yeah, inappropriate acts, bro. And this young lady said, you know, sometimes she was going like 3 times. At one point, she was going 3 times a day with multiple people.
Crazy. So the same story, at least.
Yeah. So I mean, it seems like he has some type of addiction or just this sexual habit that he has to have fulfilled because what they caught him with in the hotel is just crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's like it's no stop. It just has to be.
Yeah, he can't stop, won't stop. It's just gonna be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more ninja news you guys want to add on?
Yeah, definitely. I was looking at this video, you know, in the WNBA, they got, you know, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Okay.
Angel Reese was on this podcast with Sexy Red.
Oh,
she was talking about how people was over sexualizing her, and she get on the podcast and her and Sexy Red over there shaking their ass in the camera. Yeah. She got a little shy though when Sexy Red started smacking it.
Yeah, see, just I don't know, man. It ain't the best representation, bro.
She need to work on her offense. That's all I know.
She needs better PR or something, bro. It's like you can't say one thing and then go out and do the total opposite. You're just hypocritical, bro. Like, That's
You
just,
can't say people tuning in to watch you and then you miss 15 shots in a row either. So
well, she
She need to work on her offense.
She get 12 of her own rebounds.
That's why
And
she
most
gets
of the
so many rebounds because
is
she
from
missed
her.
so much
It's from her.
from her own shots.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
And then they got the NBA finals going.
Oh, we ain't moving to that sports yet. Y'all niggas moving to
I ain't
sports.
You said Ninja News.
It's Ninja News, not sports.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Well, Angel Reese shaking her booty.
Yeah, that's right. After talking about she over sexualized, because Shaq is talking about they need to wear smaller shorts and all
They
types
should.
of crap.
Shaq is correct.
It may help, but some of them look like.
But the problem
Right.
is, why is Angel Reese famous? Because she was sexualized.
She was good in college. She ain't good in the
Yeah,
pros.
She
No.
wasn't too goddamn different. She was still missing and getting rebounds the same way now.
Same
It's
thing.
more
Yeah.
obvious.
Okay.
But why is she so hyped? Because they over sexualize her. She tall as hell. She's a nice looking girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
wears skimpy stuff.
Yeah.
She be asking sexual type questions.
No, they
when she
created
on
that
interviews, and they
that
created that
rivalry.
for
That's what
And
it
they-
is.
yeah, they
Yeah,
Caitlyn thing, yeah, they
that's like
created
some
that.
magic
Bird stuff.
bird
Yeah,
stuff.
they created a rivalry for
The
for-
WNBA, they
for
tried
ratings.
to make like a Magic Bird
But
female
outside-
version.
But
Yeah.
outside of that rivalry, they sexualize
It worked some.
Angel Reese.
Yeah,
It
they got more
worked some.
viewers.
Now
That-
why they
I
ain't
watched-
sexualizing Caitlyn Clark?
because she can play.
She don't look like that.
care.
That too.
But
They
I did
sexualized
watch.
Jalen Hurts. He just won the Super Bowl.
I watched the women's the WNBA All Star last year. I watched the championship. So they doing better. They
Oh,
getting
yeah.
more views. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure if I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not too much to look at. It ain't. Yeah, people ain't tuning in for that. Asia nice.
Yeah.
It's a couple nice.
I mean, it's a lot of nice ones.
Well, yeah.
But people want to see that Caitlyn Clark shooting like Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
And
you
that's
got the
gonna
other
get
people
boring
tuning in
real fast
for the
because-
ones that might be attracted to them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they getting their ratings up. That's the goal.
Yeah, the one chick, super nice, boy. Her handles is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh God, she's short too, short and dark skinned. Her handles is
What team?
crazy. What is her name, man? They won.
The Aces
Yeah, she was on
or
the team.
somebody.
That
No,
won.
Liberty won last year, didn't
Yeah.
they? Aces won before that.
Yeah, I think she was on the Aces.
Okay.
She's super nice with the handles, bro. I'm like, she like the female Kyrie.
Okay.
Angel Gray.
No, Chelsea.
Chelsea Gray.
That's what you're
I
talking
said
about.
Angel Gray. Who is
Yeah.
that?
Andrew Reese.
I was thinking about Angels.
Yeah.
Angel
I'm
Reese.
combining people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chelsea Gray,
She
man.
the one with the handle.
Yeah, she's sweet. Ain't tall. She got them handles, boy. Ninja News.
Man.
Wanted to bring up Zion real quick again.
Go with it then.
You know, I guess Bugsby done turned down Mariah, but the other chick still rocking. So, not really looking good for him. She said he put a weapon to her head.
What? Yeah.
And also he threatened to have her unalived
Wow.
by his security, and the security was standing there with the thing on his hip.
That's crazy.
So she felt, very uncomfortable. So he
Yeah.
probably ruined his career.
Yeah, but that must be it. That's true. Mob James was on Bomb First with Reggie White, and I think he might have ended Suge's career. He made-
career been in there.
No. As far as his manhood career,
Oh no.
That's not good.
Mob James said out his mouth, Suge, just because you let a girl go up in you, don't make you not gay.
Oh, man.
Now, for anybody who don't understand what I said,
Oof.
when a man say go up in you, if you a man, that's up your ass. If you a female, then that's the regular way. And apparently, Mob James and Reggie Wright is trying to say that
Taylor is uncensored.
shit
is
like
uncensored,
a
man.
devil.
He said up to and to the left.
To the left, to the left. I guess that's how he like it. I don't know, man. I could have said it a little more censored. I don't know. I respected the women when I said a natural way.
Going the wrong way down the one-way street.
Man,
Yeah.
setting yourself up to allowing somebody to go up his shitty situation.
Yeah, man. He let somebody take the
And,
Browns out the Super Bowl,
and
put
on
them
top
back
of
where
that,
they came from.
Ray J with his eccentric self, he doubled down on it and was saying that, should have sexually abused an animal.
Yeah, I don't
Seems
even.
like everybody doing it. Highly weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I don't know how true it is. I'm just repeating what they said. Y'all can look the interview up with Ray J stating about Suge Knight and as well as Mob James, that was on Bomb first. So I was just reciting what they said. I thought it was a little funny in the Ninja News to hear, Suge was doing funny dealings.
Yeah. That's a lot of
He in jail.
funny
I ain't
action.
surprised.
A lot of funny action out in Hollywood, like Miss
Mhm.
Anderson said.
Queerdos.
Yeah, man. The Zest Monsters, big
Oh
homie
God,
CC.
Jesus. That's monster.
Big homie
diabolical.
Big homie CC, shout out. We'll get him on the show one day. Nothing with them Zest Monsters.
That's monster.
All right, man. We're going to move on to the sports, man.
Finals.
I kept my promise.
Mm-hmm.
I wore the jersey this week.
All right.
Now, I done heard Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he's staying with the Bucks, so
He ain't a good move.
He's supposed to be sitting still.
that makes me a lot more comfortable in the situation because that was one person in the talks that
Cavaliers.
they was talking about we might trade some major pieces for. I
Mhm.
don't want that piece. I'd rather have this piece back. That's why I wore the jersey.
Child.
I'd rather have him than a few people.
Mm-hmm.
He just fits the team. If we can keep the team the way they are, mostly, let's just say, the starters,
Mm-hmm.
and can add this guy here, man. I don't think nobody could beat us. I think that's the position we lacking the most. Love DeAndre,
Mm-hmm.
but he ain't LeBron, bro.
Karras can't hold it up off the bench.
Who the hell is Karras? Oh, I think he played for who now?
Yeah, my point exactly.
Yeah,
So,
he played for who now? But George Niang.
Strus is
Oh, I
cool.
love Niang.
I like
I
Strus
love
too.
Niang, man. I wish we would have kept George's.
All them cats on vacation. It's
Still
the
got
Pacers
Max.
and the Thunder.
Yeah, everybody on vacation, man. Except for
Okay, in the Indies.
yeah, man. Okay, better be careful. They gonna be on vacation.
Yeah, they get smacked them off of Gideon. This gonna be a
Took all them
situation.
people money, just like I predicted they would.
Oh,
Yeah,
say that then.
yeah. Mr. Anderson called that, man. He sent out the text like 10 minutes into the game, like, yeah, Indiana got this one.
I was having a conversation with Mr. Sparks the other day. I said, this new face of the league talk, which is real cheap, which, everybody want to make the discussion and then complain when somebody talk about it, but Wendy, face of the league. Shay, face of the league. Ant-Man, face of the league. Look at Halliburton. Halliburton smacking everybody in the face.
Yeah, man. I like Halliburton.
I ain't nothing against him. But
I guess he just show up when it counts.
yeah,
Cause
I thought it was funny though.
He,
Call him
I
out
guess
to
he
his
got
face.
the Kobe Jordan killer mentality for
Yeah,
sure.
He want the ball.
But bro, he's the type of person that will give you 7 points and will score a 3 in the last 2 seconds. So he had 4 the whole game. I don't really know what to think of Halliburton, man. He's definitely been tearing the league up in
Quietly.
the playoffs.
Quietly, definitely.
In the playoffs,
Right.
all season, I ain't gonna say he was acting a fool.
Yeah, man.
Siakam was acting a fool, really,
Yeah,
over there all
definitely.
season.
That's the man.
Nemhard.
Yeah, Andrew Nemhart hasn't been playing in the playoffs, bro.
Not in the playoffs.
I think I looked it up. He held Damian, I think, to
26%.
like 26%. He held Donovan to like 23% when he was on him, and he held Brunson to like 30 3% or something when he was on him. So Andrew Nemhart hooping. If he looked like he did last game, it wouldn't surprise me if he win the MVP. And Halliburton gonna have that stupid look on his face again because he thought he was about to win.
CF.
Woo, they was like Pascal, he walking up, they like Pascal Siakam.
Yeah,
that was
burn,
great.
boy.
That was great.
Yeah, burn.
Pascal showed up. You know, he show up every game, man. He's gonna get you 15 plus at least. He's gonna get you 8 rebounds. Halliburton was looking like, you know, pretty much a triple double. Savage just being one under a triple double. Last series, he was averaging, you know, like 30, 9 and 12. He was getting like 12 assists, 9 rebounds. He was hooping.
Okay.
But, you know, he didn't show up really to the OKC game to the end.
Yeah. So everybody put
Obi
their money
Toppin,
on it,
like you said.
Obi Toppin won them that game.
Yeah.
Andrew Nemhart won them that game. And, you know, Shea, he missed that shot.
Yeah.
He missed that shot, but he did his thing. He didn't have much help.
Right.
Shea didn't
Somebody
have
else
much.
can go off.
Chet
the
can't
OKC.
have 6 points. I don't even know how many rebounds he had.
What J
exactly.
Dub have?
I got everything wrote out.
Yeah, we was talking about it the other day.
Yeah, I got everything wrote
The
out.
starters for the Pacers was better than the starters for OKC.
Mhm.
So all they need is like one more guy to do something. They'll come back. I wouldn't be surprised if OKC rattle off for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Obi Toppin, Chet Holmgren should have had what Obi Toppin had.
Yeah.
Just all around rebounds. Now Obi Toppin started off slow. He had like 3 turnovers or some crap.
Okay.
But Shea went off. I think he had 14 in the first quarter or something, bro. He went off. But Indiana got it right now, 1-0. We were talking about Caitlin and Angel. Ain't they playing tonight?
Yep, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, they playing tonight. It's
I'm gonna
gonna be
check
on
that.
what, national
It's
TV?
gonna be on CBS.
So yeah,
I might have to check that out a little bit.
I'll
Yeah, I'm
check
gonna
it
catch a
out.
piece of it.
I'll check it out.
NHL hockey is Florida Panthers against the Edmonton Oilers.
Oilers, yeah.
The Oilers took the first game. They just did the second game. They went to double overtime. I don't think this like they haven't done that in years. Or in the playoffs, they usually don't go to double overtime. I don't remember the exact stat, but the Panthers ended up winning, so now it's tied up 1-1.
Yeah, man, I can't remember that dude's name.
What are you talking about?
McDavid.
Oh, the guy that plays for who's that? Florida.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. Connor McDavid?
Connor.
Right?
No, he played for
He
Edmonton.
played for the
Yeah.
Oilers. Okay.
Yeah, that boy bad.
Okay.
Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that boy bananas.
I've been watching none of them games.
I think that's it on
I
the
just
sports.
look for the scores.
Anything else on the sports? Let me think.
No, it's gonna be
Nothing big on body.
Aaron Rodgers, they signed with the Steelers.
Oh,
by the numbers.
Wah, wah,
What, 1 year?
Wah.
Yeah.
One
Well,
year.
no, his last name equals Steelers, so that was the only team he was gonna sign with.
All I'm saying is,
Yeah.
Shador got that #1 spot.
Get
boy.
the
Browns coming up out the gate like that.
yeah, get the Gematrinator calculator. If you want to know what Barker talking about, what Mr. Anderson talking about when it comes to the numbers.
Yeah, you just take words and change them into numbers. A is 1, 2 is B. You just add up the team names, and you get certain numbers. It's like 3 or 4 different ones, but yeah, it's on gematrinator.com. You can just type that stuff in and get the numbers. But Rodgers equals like 133, and Steelers equals 133. So, and then you saw what happened. They got rid of Russ real quick. He was pretty decent. And it's funny to me how they got rid of him so quick. That's what that was for, probably. And then you got this is June. Once the finals is over, you got the most boring sports month in the world, July. All you got is baseball. So
Yeah, we're gonna
I'll be looking forward to that.
watch the big 3 and stuff like that.
Definitely gonna be tuning into the big three, man.
Shout out to
OG
Ice
still out there.
Kizu.
Eric,
Oh
all the
man,
OGs out there still hooping.
it's June the 7th. Shout out to Allen Iverson. I think it's his birthday. I think he turned 50 today.
Shout out to Jocelyn Moore, my
Hey,
mother. She turned 69 today. My
Shout
sweet
out to
little-
Mom Dukes.
My sweet little lady, my sweet little lady. Hi,
Well, we know what he doing after the cast.
Yeah, I
going
gotta
to
go
kick
take her
it
her
with
stuff.
Mom
Yeah,
Dukes.
definitely gonna take. Hey, shh, be quiet. I bought her these little nice little outfits because you know she an older woman, so she won't be comfortable.
Okay.
So I got mama together, man. I'm definitely going down on the love of my life, the one that brought me here this time. I appreciate that, so I'm gonna go check her out.
Yes, sir.
Sports over, huh?
Yeah, no sports. I'm not
Covered
gonna-
everything.
Well, we
I'm
covered
talking about some
everything.
boxing, but I can't. Ain't nobody fighting worth a damn.
Yeah, it's a couple UFC fights or some MMA
Clarissa
fights.
coming up on the 26th. I definitely will be watching that. Clarissa Shields,
She-
Black Woman Empowerment.
She she real big right now with the situation with her relationship.
Yeah, that's a terrible thing that they got to be under her limelight because she's such a hell of a fighter. I really wish that wasn't like tied to it, but she got one coming up on the 26th.
All right, you talking, so go ahead. Anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here, Jay Moore?
I ain't got much else to say, everybody, but y'all know how I am. Path to everybody. Order Focus Sports. Pay attention to what you're doing. Do it thorough. Make sure it come with love.
Mr. Anderson, anything you want to say to the people?
We'll see you next time. Same bad channel, same bad time.
Don't sue us for that.
Fair use, brother. Fair use.
Wham! Swat!
I guess I want to say the world stage going crazy right now.
Yeah, it is, man.
So just stay focused on that path, like Mr. J. Moore said here, and don't fall for anything.
Yep.
And please do your research on any topics that we brought to you guys today. Again, guys, this show is for entertainment purposes only. Sorry for the couple trigger warnings we had. Also, gotta thank y'all for tuning in, man. We love y'all guys for spending the time with us today. I've been having a little trouble with posting, man, so I haven't been able to post on Saturn's Day. So, I may speak that it's Saturn's Day and it may be another day. So, I want to apologize for that, guys, but we definitely going to keep coming with the fresh shows, fresh topics. And please, like we always say, please leave any comments, topics, or any questions you want to ask us in the comment area. From there, man, I hope everybody have a beautiful Saturn's Day. Hope everybody's vibrating on a good frequency. Definitely hope everybody's spreading that positive love, and we want everybody to give and spread the love that we all deserve, of course.
Like the video. Run the algorithms.
Yeah,
man, tear
like
that
the
comment
video.
section up.
Share
Like and
the video.
subscribe.
Share the video, man. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family members. Hopefully we taught you guys something new today. But yeah, man, we're going to get out of here. Love you guys. Till next Saturn's Day. Mr. Anderson, Jay Moore, Mr. Sparks out. Black Mom, Amaru Kamans coming at y'all soon. Much love. We out.